DSG Global is a holdings company that we have seen gain a lot of popularity, especially in the last few weeks, with their subsidiary Imperium Motors being a very prominent and promising electric vehicle providing company. We have seen this thing absolutely take off. It's up over 260% on the month, and we have really seen a lot of interest from many investors, especially on this channel. I've noticed loads and loads of comments. DSG Global, DSGT stock, check out DSG Global, look at this news about DSG Global. It seems like it is very popular, especially with Imperium Motors. But one thing I have noticed is that their second subsidiary, being TAG Systems, is one that seems to be slept on a lot. Now, this company and this subsidiary of theirs is actually very good. They have some pretty promising prospects about their company. They have some nice revenue, they have some great products, and it is something that not a lot of people have talked about recently. Well, we did receive some pretty fantastic news coming out of TAG Systems recently here, so that is what I wanted to go over today. I know a lot of the focus has again been on Imperium Motors, but I do think as an investor it is very, it's important to make sure you are checking out everything about a company and going over all aspects. Now, again, I do not have a position in this company just yet, but realistically, I do believe that Monday or Tuesday could be the time that I get in. I will go over all of that later at the end of this video, so definitely wait until the end of the video when I talk about the stock price and what I plan on doing with this company. With that being said, if you do enjoy this video, if you find it valuable or entertaining, you can let me know by smashing that like button and subscribing to the channel. If you do have any criticisms, feedback, comments, anything like that, especially if you have any topics or stocks that you would like me to talk about, definitely leave it down in the comment section below. I always reply there and I always read every single comment. With that being said, let's go ahead and let's jump into this brand new news from TAG Systems and the holdings company DSG Global, ticker symbol DSGT. So here we are, and it says that DSGT, or referred to as the company, has announced the installation of Vantage TAG Systems at 5 leading golf and country clubs in the United States, Canada, and Spain. The company installed Vantage TAG Systems in the golf cart at Brentwood Country Club in Los Angeles, California, Bayside Golf Course in Brule, Nebraska, Bass Rocks Golf Course in Gloucester, Massachusetts, and Costa Dorada Golf Course in Tarragona, Spain. In addition, Vantage TAG Infinity systems were installed at the Ledgeview Country Club in Abbotsford, British Columbia, Canada. Now, I did actually look this one up just to see how many members actually go to these country clubs, because I was pretty curious on the amount of people that they are actually appealing to and how many of these different carts could be in use. So it does say here that Brentwood Country Club itself has 700 members alone and is growing at rapid rates. So it is just a nice metric to know that they are installing a lot of these different systems in a lot of these different carts, and they do have a lot of consumers who will be using these systems. Now, the great thing about it that I do believe is important is that whenever they have so many different members who could potentially be using the system, that it is almost like the trickle effect. They'll be talking about, man, Brentwood Country Club just got these new systems installed into the carts and these tracking systems that really made it easy and efficient to be able to go out there and golf. And then other country clubs may take notice that a lot of people are talking about it and maybe order it from Vantage TAG Systems. So again, it is kind of something that is important to note, that even though this part of their business, this subsidiary might not be the biggest one, it is definitely generating a solid amount of revenue. But let's go ahead and let's jump straight back into the article and let's see what else they were talking about when it comes to the metrics and what this could mean future-wise. Now, it says that these installations follow a delay in the receipt of product that was a result of limitations presented by the COVID-19 pandemic. The company's Vantage TAG products were shipped from its Asia-based distributor, which limited the company's access to the containers and shipment of products. These delays have now been resolved, and the company's warehouse has received ample inventory to begin filling an anticipated $3.8 million in orders during the first quarter of 2021 and beyond. So if we can't see that number there, yeah, this might not be their most, talked about subsidiary, but anticipated $3.8 million in orders in the first quarter of 2021 alone is not bad whatsoever. Now, we did get a quote here from the CEO of DSG Global saying that our Vantage TAG systems provide a variety of advantages in fleet management, communications, geofencing, advertising on the new Infinity HD 12-inch screen, as well as many enhancements to the golfer's experience. Having resolved our distribution issues, we are pleased that we can now provide our customers with these premium products without delay. We have also shortened installation timing with same-day financing approved on all orders. We also look forward to continuing to update our investors on our continued business progress. With all of this hype that's going on, and with everyone focusing on Imperium Motors being one of the new EV producers and all this hype, one could, kind of assume and even admit that we would be understanding if DSG Global was to focus all of their attention on their, their primary subsidiary, again, Imperium Motors. Well, that's not what we are seeing. It seems like they are focusing their equal time and they're focusing equal energy on both of their subsidiaries and growing these up as much as they possibly can. Because realistically, with the introduction of that new vehicle to the market that just was announced by Imperium Motors, we could see that they are just trying to focus on getting new products out, working on production, working on increasing those margins, and really getting the that market going. But they're not wasting any time whenever it comes to Vantage TAG Systems as well. They're estimating that there could be $3.8 million in orders in the first quarter of this year. They're estimating that this is only going to grow as the quarters do go along, and they're estimating that this subsidiary could really generate solid revenue. Now, they are focusing on getting their distribution even better. They're working on upping production time, as it does say here that they've shortened the installation timing with same-day financing approved on all orders, and they're simply trying to make this as effective and as efficient as possible. And I do believe that that is very important and says a lot about the management team, that they're not getting too caught up in all the hype, because realistically, no one's really talking about Vantage TAG Systems. Again, it's all about Imperium Motors. But the fact that they're still going and they're still making sure that this subsidiary is holding its own weight and making sure that they are generating a good, amount of revenue off of this investment is absolutely phenomenal, and I do commend their investment in their management team for that. Now, if you don't know anything about Vantage TAG Systems, I'm just going to read out this article about them. I'm not going to do a super duper in-depth, breakdown of them in this video, but do expect one in the near future here. But it says that Vantage TAG Systems provides patented electronic tracking systems and fleet management solutions to golf courses and other avenues that allow for remote management of the course's fleet of golf carts, turf equipment, and utility vehicles. Its clients use VTS's unique technology to significantly reduce operational costs, improve the efficiency and profitability of their fleet operations, increase safety, and enhance customer satisfaction. VTS, or Vantage TAG Systems, has grown to become a leader in the category of fleet management in the golf industry, with its technology installed in hundreds of vehicles worldwide. VTS is now branching into several new streams of revenue through programmatic advertising, licensing, and distribution, as well as expanding into commercial fleet management, pacer single rider golf cars, and agriculture applications. Additional information is of course welcome, and available on their website. So with that being said, again, I do believe that that is a very promising aspect of their business. The fact that that subsidiary, they're not holding on, they're not slowing down. This might not be the biggest industry, and it might not be the most hyped up industry that there is, but they are still working to grow this thing out. And again, I do commend them on that, because it could be very easy to get caught up in everything around Imperium Motors, especially with all of this increase in, the stock price going up 200%, 260%. That's absolutely insane. So the fact that they're keeping their heads straight, they're not, losing focus on what their end goal is and what their mission are, and they're keeping their foot on the gas. I absolutely love that. Now let's go ahead, let's take a look at the stock price. Let's see what exactly it did this week. It is Saturday, so I'm going to give a quick breakdown of what the week did consist of and what I think we could expect coming on into the future here. So here we are on the one-day chart. I'm recording this on Friday night, and we can see that on Friday, of course, it did go up about 2.86%. It had a pretty volatile day, dropping about 7% from about 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. But then, of course, recovering, reaching that bottom, we saw a bit of a reverse, and the uptrend did begin here. We can see that, it did have a pretty solid end of day, and I am pretty glad that it did have that, because over the last 5 days, it has been fairly negative. It has not been the worst week ever, but it definitely could have been better. We saw certain days where it grew a lot, and we saw other days where it fell a lot. So it was overall not the worst week. Let's see, we did lose about 18% on the week, but if we do go out to the 1 month chart, again, we are still up roughly about 250%, so one cannot complain about that at all. Now, going into the future here, it does seem like this dip that it is having may be reaching a bottom. It seems like there is some type of resistance around that dollar mark. It's finding itself hard to break past that 96 cents, so hopefully it does keep bouncing off that resistance and maybe reverse back up. That would be nice to start an uptrend soon. Next week, I definitely wouldn't be surprised to see this thing start going up again, especially if we do get some good press and some good news. So I'm definitely going to be looking out for that for sure. Well, I hope you guys did enjoy today's video. Again, I know it wasn't all about the hype of Imperium Motors, and there wasn't no electric vehicles involved or anything like that. But again, I do believe that as there are DSG Global investors, and I'm a potential investor myself, I think it is important that we focus on every aspect of this business and not just get caught up in the hype, as their management team is not doing, they're not getting caught in the hype either. If you guys did enjoy today's video, definitely do not forget to smash that like button button, especially if you stuck around this long. I do appreciate you for watching the video all the way out. Let me know what you thought about the video. Give me your comments, your feedback, your criticism, anything like that. I am welcoming it in the comment section below. And if you are new to the channel, you can let me know and, show me some support by subscribing. With that being said, I will see you guys in the next video. Peace.